Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Master Wing channel. We are getting right into a game. I'm thinking about the Chimney Swift. I almost didn't record this game, but I'm pressing record just because you never know what's going to happen. We're taking a Walligist bonus card, and not many people choose the Chimney Swift. I'm thinking about Moltoni's, but I'm going to go with Chimney Swift for this game. This is not a tournament game. We're playing red flags here. And the Chimney Swift, obviously we don't know how this game's going to work out, but it's one of the only migratory birds, if not the only migratory bird, that has a star nest. And trying to talk and play at the same time. There's the Nighthawk, Lincoln Sparrow, White Crown Sparrow, Song Sparrow, Yellow-breasted Chat. What else? I feel like there's something else. The Blue Grosbeak. Did I say the Song Sparrow? Something like that. I think the Chimney Swift is the only migratory bird with a star nest, and if you can see our end of round goals, this looks like a star nest could be huge. And the European Robin goes pretty well with the Chimney Swift because you can grab a food that you've already gained in the bird feeder. So double worms, we pick up the yellowthroat as well. And Red Flags has a strong start with Morning Dove and the Dipper. Yeah. So we'll try to get the Yellowthroat down first, I think. In case something interesting pops up in the tray. I'm thinking Yellowthroat, gain food, Chimney Swift, lay eggs. I think that's the move. Mississippi Kite, not really something I'm looking at. Black Crown Night Heron, 9 points. Some people are thinking, why am I not grabbing that? We may, but that brown power I don't utilize very often. And we've talked about this in round 1. I'm really just looking to build repeatable brown powers that help me get resources. So you can see both players right now, we're passing on the Night Heron. So the bird feeder is fine for us. We go ahead and take the worm while it's available. And for the Chimney Swift or any migratory bird, you often see me play that last in the round I'm playing it in. So late round 1, because you want to get 1 or even 2 birds in the forest or the wetlands so you can move the migratory bird over to the second slot. In Oceania, obviously, he played the rough. This is going to be an interesting game. In Oceania, you can get 2 resources right off the bat just with 1 bird. Or you can discard a card or something to gain 2 resources right off the top of the game. But if we're playing base game, which we are, Chimney Swift is still okay because we can get to that second slot and allow us to lay 3 eggs, gain 2 food, or draw 2 cards. Yeah. I'll put a Nighthawk video down in the description. But there is some, not angst, but hesitation playing migratory birds, and you can saw from that brief starting hand, I was a little late on the record button, that we didn't have much else. We didn't have, thankfully we got the Yellowthroat, but we didn't have a great wetland option. And I didn't feel like with all of these egg goals, we're thinking about the blackbird right now. With all of these egg goals, I wasn't super enthused to go with the Moltoni's Warbler. I just didn't want it to be a Moltoni's game because when you're playing another bird at the end of the round with that teal power, sometimes you're short on eggs, and you can, like I said, with those end of round goals, I don't want to just whiff on all of those. So We go with our strategy here. We lay our eggs, move the chimney swift down. Now we're all set to draw cards. We will draw cards and either leave the swift down in the wetlands to get ready for the next round, or we move the chimney swift up to the forest, depending on what we draw. Maybe we need a jump start on food. And we were thinking about that blackbird. I was a little surprised it wasn't taken by my opponent. But with the rough, you want to have extra cards in hand to tuck. And since both blackbirds are tuck and lay birds, sometimes that doesn't go well together with a rough because you're getting rid of your cards instead of saving them. The question is, do we take it? So we get a willet, and he could tuck 3 under the rough at the end of the round and still grab them. I think we skip right here. Yep. I think that's better. I think it's better to skip. And I think we do need to deny this yellow-headed blackbird. We didn't pick up anything good for ourselves, but if he tucks 3 with the rough and grabs those 2, all of a sudden maybe he has a full tuck engine or those tuck and lay birds can just be so game-changing. He has egg supply with the mourning dove, and then he could get eggs in the wetlands, so we get to go first this round, and this tray sucks. Dang. That white-throated dipper resets the tray, but we don't have anything great. I may use, I don't know. The canvas back is a star nest, which could go with the round goals, and if I keep digging, which we are. Thank you, Purple Martin. That's what I'm talking about. I was gonna say maybe we use the yellow-headed blackbird and make these extra cards into points. But Purple Martin is the move now. New players, Purple Martin is great. Stick it in the grassland and just tuck and draw. That's what you need to do. I see the Purple Martin, the barn swallow, the house finch. Sometimes I'll see them thrown in the wetlands. And for a full tuck scenario, I totally get it. And sometimes people are still desperate and they want to stick it in the wetlands. But just by experience, I tend to regret not playing those tuck and draw birds in the grassland. With this base game board and the grassland with egg heavy goals, you want to have a tuck and draw while laying eggs. I don't know how else to say it. I've just often thought, man, I really wish I put that house finch in the grassland instead of the wetlands. Because all you need right now with this setup is 1 extra burn card. And we have that. So there's not a huge need to expand our wetlands as much now that we have the Purple Martin. And my opponent gained food. I'm thinking about gaining food, move the swift down, then lay eggs. Trying to think here. We have this star nest for only 2 ground nest spaces. I think we tied the first end of round, which was great, by the way. If you didn't catch that, that chimney swift is doing its job with this star nest. And I'm just debating on if there's anything in our hand that we may play. We could play Hummingbird, we could play the Willet. I think I grabbed the fish and the worm because now I could play the white-faced ibis now too. My opponent plays scaled quail. That probably means we're losing the end of round. I think we lay eggs here. Grab the ibis. Put the swift back into the forest maybe? Or do we keep the swift in the grassland? Three turns left in the round. Yeah. I think I want to move it. I want to move it. We're done with the crane. Let's take the ibis. It's 7 points. Who cares? Who cares? The thing with migratory birds is it's a battle between revolving your game around this moving bird on your board. Opponent played American Crow. That's not good. You're struggling with moving your board and revolving your game around this card. Or when do you decide, okay, Chimney Swift, Nighthawk, Song Sparrow, Lincoln Sparrow, Blue Grosbeak, whatever you're using, it's enough of the moving and you lock it in a habitat. So for me, at this point in the game, I still think it has usefulness. And so I want to move it in. So for migratory birds, you want to move it away from the habitat that you're going to play your next bird. So then you don't have to lock in your birds. So when you're playing it, that's what you're thinking. Move it away from the habitat you're going to play a bird in. Some of you are thinking, who cares? Chimney Swift, I never play it. I've seen this bird all the time. But I like highlighting birds on the Master Wing channel that you do not normally see. So win or lose, we're going to upload this one. You can see I gained food there again. I moved it back down to the grassland because I think once I played the ibis, I was going to be completely out of food. And so we do ibis, lay eggs again, and see what we get. Also, I'm not sure if there was a seed in the bird feeder to grab or not. Would have liked to have seen a seed right there. I think we're neck and neck. I think my opponent has a better board. He's got some egg layers. He's got the crow. But the yellowthroat and martin, I'm hoping are possible. I was debating playing the willet, but once they played the scaled quail, that means they have a lot more egg spaces for ground nests, so now we don't have to play the willet. And we went ahead and snagged 7 points right there. Like I said, this is not a tournament game. This is just practice for the World Cup. We are in the second group stage of the World Cup. We advanced from our region. Actually, we won our region, which is fun. And now we are hanging by a thread for the second group stage. I said in a previous video, some very heavy hitters. If you have not seen my World Cup game, Northern Harrier play. I don't want to mess up while I'm talking here. Let me see. Hold on. I'm thinking we lay eggs and grab the condor. Because why not? Condor is a little bit of a desperation play. But I've had a lot of success with the condor recently. And then I can stick it in the grassland and advance my grassland a little bit. Sorry guys, I had to pause the recording and pause play. We did take the California Condor. It's not a power move, but we're gonna stick the Condor in the grassland. And I'm prepping for the next round. This Chimney Swift needs to draw me some better cards. If you have not seen my World Cup game, like I was saying, there is a video on my channel called WINGSPAN World Cup 2023 Free Code Giveaway. So if you subscribe, like, and comment on that video, you will be entered into a free giveaway for the WINGSPAN base game. It's a code for Apple, for the Apple Store. Check out this tray, y'all. My opponent goes first in this round, of course. Common Raven, Warbler, Snowy Owl. I'd probably take all three of those. So we'll see what they leave us, if anything. That's a bummer. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the free code giveaway. Some of you have the code, the base game, on everything, so it doesn't really matter. But if you are looking for an early holiday gift and you want to try out the digital version of WINGSPAN on your iPhone or your iPad, like I said, it's a Apple code that I will give away December 1st. I'm giving some people some time to see the video, but you need to subscribe, like, and comment, and then I will show a video or something and contact the winners or the winner December 1st. So check it out. I'll put a link of that video in the description, but it's called World Cup 2023, WINGSPAN World Cup 2023 free code giveaway. So the Condor gave me a bonus card that wasn't bad, Ecologist. So we'll see if we can make do of that. That is birds, fewest birds in your habitat. This is not turning out to be a mind-blowing, high-scoring game at the moment. But like I said, we are highlighting this Chimney Swift. Will it save us the game? Probably not. But it has done its job and moved around the board several times and allowed me to get more resources. And at this point of the game, you saw I just played the Red-Winged Blackbird. Man, my opponent has a lot of cards. I'm wondering if Benelli's in the back. They did wipe that tray with the Dipper, the Cerulean Warbler, the Snowy Owl, the Chihuahuan Raven. It was all wiped out, so we got trash. And so I end up, at this point in the game, playing the Red-Winged Blackbird because it's something to play. It can go on my grassland. Now I can draw more cards with the Swift and tuck them under the Blackbird and the Martin. The Red-Winged Blackbird and the Martin do not have great synergy because you need extra cards for the Martin. And with the Blackbird, like I said earlier, you're getting rid of your cards. You're turning your card into 2 points, but you need excess card draw for the Blackbird and the Martin. So we got the red cockaded woodpecker and the hermit thrush. We could move the Swift to the forest right now, or we could keep drawing, or we could stick it in the grassland again. I was hoping to find one more grassland bird. And we do have that black-chinned hummingbird as well that could get me some berries for the hermit thrush and the cockaded woodpecker. So a couple options here, and none of them seem amazing. Let me just think for a second. We have Boldness. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should win this end of round goal. I feel like this is deciding which way we want to go. I'm leaning towards forest, then gain food. Yes, okay. Fish grows possible. We stuck it in the grassland check it. We didn't want to burn a turn in the forest again. I don't know. There may be opportunity. Maybe I rushed it a little bit there, but I think the Chimney Swift was still okay in the grassland, but I could have also seen us move it to the forest, grab a berry, and with the European Robin, grab another berry, and then play Hermit Thrush or a bonus card right there. My opponent laid eggs. I really don't want to hand out food with this black-chinned hummingbird. Trying to stay competitive here. These migratory birds just add a little bit more, just a little bit more complication to the game. I think I have enough food. I think I have enough cards to tuck and lay for the blackbird for the remainder of the game. So I think we move the Chimney Swift to the forest now and gain food. Let me see, 7 turns left. Play Fish Crow, lay eggs, and then play a couple birds in the forest. I think that's my end game, people. This hasn't been pretty. Maybe I draw something better with this purple martin. I think it's a little late for the Swainson's hawk. There's not a rat in the bird feeder. Come on. Oh, great blue heron. Oh, that's not what we want. Not what we want. So, 2 turns left in round 3. Gain food. I drop the Chimney Swift in the wetlands and probably leave it there for the rest of the game. Opponent played Atlantic Puffin. That's probably a dagger. But we leave the Chimney Swift in the wetlands. I don't think it's too late for the crow. And then we lay eggs and try to play a couple more birds for the end of the game. We will try to fill up this zoologist bonus card, and we will try to score at least 6 points with ecologist, because I think we can get down at least 3 birds in each habitat. Just debating on what we want to play here. I don't think we're gonna have enough crow activations to play Hermit Thrush and the Woodpecker. So I think I'm gonna need some help from this purple martin and find something better in the deck. Man. I think we're done with the Chimney Swift. Did its job. Like I said earlier, I don't know if it's game saving, but I like it. It was one of those situations with that star nest and the lack of better birds at the time that made me push and use it. Trying to pull off an upset here. I think my opponent, Harrier's probably a coin flip. Maybe 1 in 3 if, maybe 1 in 3 for an activation. And then the quail lays an egg, and then they're discarding an egg with their crow. I don't think they have a super strong grassland. We know they have Snowy Owl, Cerulean Warbler. They have some bonus cards in the back. So, and they never played this Raven. I assume the Raven is coming next, just based off of their food supply. We did a late game Fish Crow. I don't know if it pays off. I hope it does. I didn't think it was too late because it lets us gain food and lay eggs at the same time. So, this has been one of those games where you just play what you got. We stuck the California Condor in. I think that's going to turn into a 6-point bird with our bonus cards. We've tied an end of round, we've lost, and we've won an end of round. And we get to go first. I think I lay eggs here and probably deny the stork. I don't think we have the means to play the wood stork. But I think it is worth denying. A couple things we could do. I can't overthink it. I could have put the Swift in the grassland after I draw cards. But I don't think I can afford a pointless card draw turn in this round. So the Chimney Swift is done. I almost tried to draw too many cards right there. We're just going to go with what we have and deny the wood stork. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was a 7-point play, a 6-point play because we used the crow. If you're scoring 6 points or more, that's my barometer. Just throwing it out there. A 6-point engine is decent. 6-point engine is decent. Sitting at 60 points. I don't think this is going to be enough. Hermit Thrush or Woodpecker. I think the Woodpecker is worth it. So when you're behind or it's close and you have a decent amount of birds on the board, I lean towards playing the bonus card bird and rolling the dice there. The Hermit Thrush is a guaranteed 6 points. Bingo, Wildlife Gardener. So instead of scoring 6 points, we scored, 7 points. We squeezed out another point with a bonus card play. Now we have 3 turns left. And end of round goal is eggs in the cavity nest. Woodpecker gives us a little bit more cavity space. And I think we play Hermit Thrush for our last move of the game. And with Ecologist, that turns into an 8-point play. So that's a move. I think it's going to be close. I like these games that are a little bit more unconventional. And we were looking for that one more powerful grassland bird. Or maybe some better bonus cards in that one tray where my opponent gets the Raven, Snowy Owl, and Cerulean Warbler. We really gotta hope, I think, that the bonus cards he gets are less than mine. We've done okay on our bonus cards. But he has the Puffin, and he'll probably play 1 or 2 more birds. Is this going to be enough? Oh, he plays the White Stork. In the grassland. That's a 6-point play from them. And I think we've maxed out Oologist now. Give me something good here, people. I lied. So we didn't have enough cards left to do that. I was thinking too far ahead. I wanted to play the Hermit Thrush. I don't think it was worth tucking that for 1 point and then drawing a trash card. I wanted to keep the Hermit Thrush. So we tucked our extra card under the Blackbird instead of the Martin, because remember the Blackbird scores me 2 points instead of the 1 point Martin. And we're gonna hope this is enough. 6 points at the end. Not many pink powers were activated. They're rough. Probably did very well. And we did okay on our bonus cards. Maybe like a low 90s game. I'm hoping Benelli's doesn't come down. But maybe... Oh, I think they laid eggs. Maybe they just laid eggs their last turn. So I was wondering if we'd see Benelli's, but we go ahead and win this end of round. Thank you for watching. Just a low-key game. This is practice for World Cup. Let's check out these scores. Check out that bonus card differential. We did better on end of round goals. They had more eggs. And I'm thinking we have more tucks. Close one, 96-92. Man, the birds we had, I did not think that was a 96-point game. Some of you probably didn't either with the Chimney Swift, but it is possible. We stayed competitive, and 96 points is not too shabby. Thank you for watching. We did better on our bonus cards. And I think we did well with that migratory bird. See you next time, guys. It was fun. Peace.